The first exercise we're going to be doing in this routine is a pike fold or forward fold into a squat position. With this, you want to go as deep as your mobility will allow. If you can't touch the ground, that's fine. If you can't sit in a full squat, that's fine. Just go within your ranges of motion. We're going to transition between the pike fold and the squat for a total of 5 repetitions with a brief pause in the pike at the top and the squat at the bottom. The next exercise after this is a pike rotation. We're going to be in that standard pike position after the squats, and you're simply going to rotate from side to side, facing 90 degrees away from the center. This is going to provide a nice stretch into your lower back along that side flexion and really open up that lower back, which is something that commonly gets tight. We're going to go backwards and forwards for a total of 10 repetitions. So that's going to be 5 reps per side. After this is done, you're going to transition back into the squat and then go down into a 90-90 or figure of 4 position, and we're going to perform a neck stretch. Here we're going to use the arm of the side that is being stretched, and we're going to be pushing into the ground, actively depressing the shoulder to make the stretch on the neck more intense. You can perform this stretch in 3 different positions. The first being just a standard lateral stretch on the neck. The second is going to be tucking the chin, putting more emphasis on the upper trapezius. And then the final one is using the hand to push the neck to look away from the side which you're stretching. All of this is going to focus on stretching different musculature in the neck. And then all you're going to do is go back into a squat and then sit down again, do the same position and repeat on the other side. This angle should give you a little bit more context into how you're sat. You can see your legs kind of make a figure of 4 position. You're going to hold this on each side for a total of 30 to 40 seconds. So that would be between 10 and 15 seconds per position. Again, focus on what is tight for you. Then we move back into the squat and we put those knees forward and go into a kneeling back bend. The easiest variation would be using your hands on your glutes to support you. And from here, you're trying to push your hips further forward, open up those abdominals, open up those hips and stretch the quads and the hip flexors. Again, remember to keep that deep diaphragmatic breathing. A more challenging variation would be putting the arms back onto the legs behind you and then using your upper body to push your chest deeper into the stretch. Again, we're going to be getting a nice global anterior stretch on this one. And you'll hold this for a total of 30 seconds. We're now going to transition from that back bend position into a squat again, and then from here we're going to perform some Ido Portal inspired squat thoracic rotations. You're going to sit in a squat, grab your opposite ankle with one arm, then you're going to rotate the other arm up and then reach as high as you can to the sky. Don't worry if you can't fully extend the arm or fully get round, rotate as far as your mobility will allow you. And if you can't sit in a squat comfortably, you can use a surface to support your hips and then simply repeat the same position. And then we're going to repeat this for 5 repetitions per side. From here, we're going to shoot the legs forward and then put our legs into a tailor or butterfly pose. From here, we're going to elevate our hips off the ground using our arms to support us. We're going to depress our shoulders, activate those postural muscles, and then you're going to rock backwards and forwards in that butterfly position for 5 reps. And then once those 5 reps are done, you're going to pause and use your glutes to try and pull your knees closer to the ground. You're then going to hold that position for 10 seconds. Then we move on to a table pose. This is going to really open up the shoulders, stretch that pec minor, stretch the bicep brachii, and then also we're going to try to engage those glutes and those hamstrings. When you're in this position, you'll be pushing your chest as tall as you can and trying to keep your legs and hips in a posterior pelvic tilt. We're then going to sink backwards into a squat again and then move into a child pose or a cat stretch. This is going to be focused on the lats and opening up those shoulders in that overhead position. You can move from side to side, you can move up and down, wherever you feel you have restrictions. Try to focus on that, and we're going to hold this position for 30 seconds. From here, we're going to go up and then go into upward dog, and then we're going to perform some Mackenzie push-ups, which is a pull check inner thighs inspired exercise. This basically focuses on moving from a prone position, pressing up, activating those postural muscles again, opening up the anterior of our body, stretching out those abdominals, those hip flexors, and activating those glutes to go into that upward dog position. And we're going to perform this for 5 reps. Again, keeping that deep breathing throughout And that is the routine done. Should only take between 5 and then maybe 6 minutes if you spend a little bit longer.